Minister of Social Development and Family Services, Cherrie-Ann Crichlow-Cockburn, says government intends to provide grants for basic household items to citizens affected by the heavy rains once those affected meet the requirements after being assessed. 11 out of the 14 regional corporations were affected by last week's heavy rains.
And this includes living room set, a dining room set, your stove, your refrigerator, your washing machine, your kitchen cupboard, a bed, mattress, chest of drawers, and wardrobe. It does not provide for things like televisions. So it is important that the public understand it's really to provide relief in terms of your basic household items.
Minister Cockburn said with respect to Tropical Storm Bret, over 1,000 requests for grants were denied, but did not attribute the cause to fraud.
We denied 1,419 claims as a result of Bret, but it wasn't necessarily that persons were trying to defraud. In some instances, persons may not have understood what was the eligibility criteria. For example, persons may have had their televisions destroyed and they thought they could have been compensated. Or they may have had built-in kitchen cupboards and thought they could have been compensated for that. So yes, there would have been some persons who may have been trying to benefit, but by and large, it would have been just that persons were not eligible.
Meanwhile, Minister of Agriculture, Lands and Fisheries Clarence Rambarat says his ministry will take $12 million out of the $20 million allocated for relief from Tropical Storm Bret to pay farmers affected by the storm. He explained how this money will be shared.
That there was a $20 million facility that was going to be made available for 4 ministries. And Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, as it turns out, will draw down on the majority of that 20 million, 12 million to compensate or provide assistance to 636 farmers.
In terms of how farmers will be compensated for the recent floodings, the minister said an assessment has to be done.
It's difficult to gauge at this time in terms of a dollar figure, in terms of the impact, and it is difficult to gauge prices on the wholesale and retail markets. I would just say that we've seen nothing unusual as yet, but it is far too early to say.